The Taiga Biome, guys, one of the contestants for the new biome update stuff for Minecon Earth. Guys, what changes, what will occur, what can happen? Stay tuned and let's find out. Hey there guys, Skippy here for Skippy 6 Gaming. Guys, coming to you from a taiga, a random taiga. We have been talking about taiga, and yeah, I feel like we're talking about the rapper because I say it so often, but as you can see right here, we have a taiga biome, and taiga biomes is the topic of discussion with the Minecon Earth vote. Guys, for this one here, let's go for 352 likes. If you are one of those dudes, don't forget to hit me up in the comments. So yeah, taiga. Oh my gosh, I can't say that word anymore. You can see we're in a taiga, lots of wood, lots of stuff, and this all comes from the Minecon vote. You can see right here, basically we got a vote for Minecon. Which biome do we update again? What you're gonna see here from this tweet right here is basically they are verifying, guys, because I know a lot of people are probably like, we're like the same thing as me. We're like, oh, just gonna update one biome, what's going on? That's pretty, you know, not really good. And basically what happened is they clarified with this tweet, Tanner, basically that they're going to do all of them. Look at this, expose mineshaft. They're going to do all of them. It's just about which one gets done first. So taiga is really cool because there's various different types. It doesn't really play a role. I don't think there's too many, you know, different stylings. Let's go into it right here. Let's see the types of taiga biomes. We have taiga hills, and taiga mountains. So I believe there's another version of taiga, the one that has the cobblestone, and that might be even, actually that might be a totally different biome. I think that's a snowy taiga or something, but these are the basic ones. As you can see, villages will spawn in taigas. We'll give you a collection of spruce and you know, spruce leaves, ferns, grass, and things like that. So taiga mountains are rare, even though we have a little bit of a taiga mountain over here. They are pretty cool. So let's go through the definition of taiga again, what we do in every one. Taiga biomes are essentially a colder counterpart to lush forest biomes. Only spruce trees may grow in taigas compared to oak and birch in forests. Due to structure of spruce trees being more tall than wide, the foliage is somewhat less dense than in forests. But still dense enough to possibly get players lost. The terrain is flatter than in forests, though still slightly hilly. Wolves spawn in taiga variants and at slightly higher rates than in forests, making wolves generally more plentiful in taigas. Rabbits additionally spawn in taigas, though often aren't seen because the wolves eat them. Villages occasionally generate within the trees and are appropriately made of spruce wood. Due to cooler climate, rainfall changes to snowfall at higher elevations within taigas. However, this rarely happens within the normal taiga, and the terrain is not usually steep enough to reach the snowfall line. So very cool, very cool. Let's throw this bad boy up. Number 2. Like forest, taigas are one of the most preferred biomes to start out in. An abundance of wood, mild terrain, and useful passive mobs make this biome easy adapt for beginners. Generated villages can also serve as handy refuge and as a trading post should one be found. Taigas are the same dangers of a forest. However, a player can get lost within the trees easily if they don't mark off their trails, and the foliage can lead to obstructed vision, especially at night. So there you go. We got the kind of quick version. There's a few different versions of taigas. This is a taiga. You can basically see, like, because the foliage of the trees is thinner, you can see down into it. I guess because when you use the trees from, say, I think I had a forest right on the edge of this guy, so you can see over there. I believe that if we go farther, you're going to see we're going to come to a forested area. But either way, the forest trees are just wider. You can see how much wider these forest trees are over here. See how they block the ground, whereas taiga are nice and skinny, and you can generally see to the ground for anything. So what mobs, what stuff, what could happen, what could come? Well, this is actually a very straightforward one. I have a few really good ideas, and we're going to start with this guy here, the bear. The bear makes perfect sense. I think it's already cool because we already have a polar bear. You know, they already have kind of the shape taken. You can see they make it a little bit more bulky, a little bit more thick, but a bear is generally super cool to have. I think personally you should be able to tame bears. You know, I don't know if that would be a thing, but you could tame bears. However, I feel like they would be hostile. You know, like I think bears are supposed to be hostile. What could you get? Well, you could get a bear rug, a bear coat. I think a bear rug, you know, one of those rugs on the floor where they have the claws and the head or whatever. Having one of those for your house would be pretty nuts. Yeah, and it could be positive as well too. You could do it and say, okay, they're not hostile, they're friendly, and you tame a bear and it follows you around, and it's like, you know, when you have a dog protect you, except the bear is like, you know, we're way tougher. And yeah, I think that would be cool. You could have bears and dogs protect you. So that said, bear seems like it makes sense, especially if they do taiga. But let's move to the next one, guys. Moose live in taiga. Guys, I'm Canadian, if you don't already know, which you probably do, and in Canada we have moose. I think they have them everywhere around the world, but it's just like a thing in Canada where there's moose everywhere. Sometimes in, like, you know, rural settings, there's moose on the highway, moose everywhere. And yeah, you could have those cool antlers and head. That's something you could put that on your wall. Decoration, again, if they're a little left leaning at Minecraft, they might not be so keen on that. But again, a moose can kind of come from that same generation of form with like a llama or a donkey or one of those horses, or, you know, just kind of adapt it up, make a moose, and there you go. Mooses can be even, you know, they hang out in taigas, and when I did my research, moose live in taigas, but they could live in like marshy areas and swamp too. So it gives them kind of the ability to cross platform, you know what I mean? So say mooses are in taigas and swamps, you know, that would make perfect sense. And let's go to the next one. So this one here, guys, I think is super cool actually. Tigers. Siberian tigers are what lives in a taiga, I guess, in Siberia or wherever the heck it is. Tigers would be a super addition. I don't know for sure that they would. They seem a little scary, you know. This seems like it could be a little, you know, a little rough tactic, but dude, tigers, that would be super awesome. They would have small packs, and, you know, they would live in little caves in the taiga, kind of, you know, let's see the little caves down there or wherever. They make a little home in a cave, and yeah, you could have packs of tigers, Siberian tigers. They could have white tigers, orange tigers. I feel like it's doable. I don't know what they would drop. I have a funny feeling they would probably have a challenge asking you to, you know, kill a tiger. What it would give you is, you know, what do people have as fur, I guess, or I don't know, it could give you baby tigers, and then you could breed them and sell them to your friends on the server. I'm not sure, but tigers would be super cool if they can manage a way to work through it. So this brings the last small one. Owls, guys. Owls are completely doable in taigas. So I mean, we have birds, so we have parrots, you know, they're in jungles. You can hardly never find a jungle anymore anyway, never mind a parrot. But owls could be easily added into taigas. They could just sit, you know what I mean? They could make a special block of wood that has a hole in it, and they live in there, you know, bang bang bang. They randomly spawn in trees, and you hoo 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 hoo, or whatever the heck noise an owl makes. There could be a version of that, you know, if the taiga gets in the snow and it gets cold and whatever, they could have a snowy owl. They could have a regular owl for a regular taiga, and it brings a whole bunch of things in. And honestly, owls can definitely bring, you know, maybe if you have an owl, it will alert you to something. You know, you have an owl on your shoulder, it goes hoo 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 when there's like a bear around, or, you know, something dangerous, kind of like a cat to a creeper, if you get what I'm saying. I think that would work actually pretty good. Yeah, owls. I think owls are good. And now it brings us just to the last kind of thought process here is, what buildings could they put in a taiga? Like, what structures could generate? What could happen in a taiga that would be, you know, what buildings would even be in a taiga in real life? Because they're kind of mountainous and, you know, off the grid a little bit with regards to taiga, maybe snowy, maybe elevated. But how about this, guys? A hunting shack. They could definitely put a hunting shack in a taiga. Could be where people go up and, you know, go hunting or do whatever the heck they do, but it's just like a shack. They don't have to call it hunting shack. They could just say a woodland shack or something like that, and then make it look cool, like this shack in the background. You know what I mean? I just feel like a wooded hunted shack, it could be just like, say, an igloo or say like a witch hut or some sort of small generation. Throw this hunting shack, usually, you know, on mountainous taiga areas, and there you go. You can even put a new villager in there called a hunter villager, right? Maybe there's a hunter villager in there, and he goes around with a bow and arrow, and, you know, he fights bears or tigers or something like that. I know that sounds crazy, but I really feel like that would be an awesome, super cool thing for them to do. So on that note, I think we'll probably come to maybe the end point of Taiga. I don't know, guys, is there anything that I left out? Do you think that there's anything I left out? Do you have any ideas for Taiga? I'm pretty sure Taiga is not necessarily the one that's going to be winning right now for going first, but it most definitely will get upgraded, and you can see it kind of deserves it. I think a new mob in here would definitely be worthwhile addition to the game, especially tigers. I don't know why, but picture a Siberian tiger, you know, it lives in, like, find a little cave in the side of one of these mountains here. You know what I mean? Little cave in the wall right there. Bang, tigers live there. Hunter villagers. Oh, good, guys. Don't forget to smash that like before you go. Don't forget as well to subscribe to my channel for cool tutorials, let's plays, and, you know, Minecon thoughts. Thanks a lot for tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next one.